So this is kind of an overarching question.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this for quite some time because when you think of Guitar Heroes, and I'm not talking about the video game, we've played that. Not the video game, but like in general, Guitar Heroes in the guitar playing community. When's the last one that we had? Like, when was the last Guitar Hero that we had? And do you think there will be other Guitar Heroes? Do you think we're done with that era?
Oh yeah, that's a tough question, right?
Uh-huh.
What is the last Guitar Hero we had?
I think it's got to be like John Mayer or John Frusciante from
Yeah,
Chili Peppers.
I think Mayer's after. I think it's got to be John Mayer.
I'm trying to think, like Jack White, maybe?
I don't know if I would call him a guitar hero.
I would. He made like garage rock or however you say it, like real popular. I mean, Seven Nation Army, they play it at every stadium.
Yeah.
He's got to be a guitar hero.
I don't think he's a guitar hero.
I think he
I
is.
think he's wrong, folks.
But still, I would say Jack White, John Mayer, John Frusciante. Those are probably the last ones. Like, who else is there? Like, in our book, okay, maybe Tom Bukovac, but like...
Yeah, but you're talking like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like mainstream
mainstream
guitar
that
hero.
has influenced modern music.
That has broken through to standard society. Like everyone on the street knows him.
Right.
I don't think everyone on the street knows Jack White. Just to break
I
that down.
don't know. A lot of people.
No way. If you say, hey, what's Jack White do?
Okay, how many people could say, like, who's another guitar hero?
There's not many of them.
Jimmy
in my book.
Page. Like, a lot of people don't know Jimmy Page.
I think people that grew up in the 70s, 80s, and probably 90s would be able to tell you exactly.
I would
Jimmy
say
Page
that
is.
he, for that time frame and those people, yes.
Yeah.
But Jack White is similar to our time frame.
No way. I love Jack White, by the way. I don't have anything against Jack White. Love his music. Love his guitar playing. It's great. But I don't think he's a hero. I think the heroes are the guys like Eddie Van Halen. I find like Eric Clapton. Anytime they make a sign that says Clapton is God or this person is God, you're immediately a guitar hero, right?
I guess you have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Chuck Berry, Robert Johnson before that,
Angus Young,
Angus Young, Eddie Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix,
Kirk Hammett. Yeah.
But like,
I can't.
I
We
would
don't
say
want to name them all.
I would say John Mayer
John Mayer is there.
he's got to be like the newest, but there hasn't been one since him, and that's been what, early 2000s?
Yeah. When was Continuum? Like 99, 2001, something
No,
like
I think
that?
it was like 2008.
Oh.
I think.
Maybe so. Okay, well, anyway, like early 2000s-ish is
Right.
whenever he blew up and got popular.
Uh-huh.
So I think he's definitely the last guitar hero. There's not been
But like,
anyone.
will there be another?
I think that there's a chance that if music turns around, and
Music turns around.
well, it's going to have to make a turn because the way music is consumed today and the way music is happening, if it continues down the road it's going, no, there will not be. You think of guys like Slash and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like there's nobody new coming up like Slash.
You know who could change the tide? Because this man has changed the tide for lots of things. Post Malone. If Post Malone really embraced the guitar the way he has country music right now, I feel like he could change the tides.
You know what the problem is, though? You know what the problem is? He would have to have a consistent guitar player that is a big part of his like show and his spiel. He would have to be big. You know who? No, he definitely isn't. But
What were you gonna say? Just say it.
I was just trying to think of like new guitar players that are a big part of shows. And I was thinking about that Justin Derrico, that's Pink's guitar player.
Yeah, no,
and he also plays on The Voice and stuff. I was like, well, he's a huge part of Pink's show because they talk about him and like everybody that goes to a Pink show knows him. But the public, if you said who's Justin Derrico, they would have no idea.
I feel like you have a better chance of Orianthi.
Yeah, nobody knows who that is either.
But that was Michael Jackson's,
The last guitar player.
last guitar player.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any new guitar heroes since John Mayer. I think you're right.
Okay.
And I think that there's a chance that there could be more guitar players. But for that to happen, the way we consume music is going to have to change.
Do you think the way we consume music or just what is popular music now is going to have to change?
I think that music today that is popular now could have a guitar hero. I think if Taylor Swift had a guitar hero, had a killer guitar player that was on stage with her every time she was on stage next to her, and she gave him solos, and could go up front and stand up front while she goes backstage and changes outfits or something, I think there absolutely could be a guitar hero today. Or Post Malone. Or there's several, Chris Stapleton, right? Chris Stapleton's a killer singer and stuff. But he doesn't have like that side guitar player that's the lead player, that's, his Richie Sambora or his whatever, But if he got one of those guys that stuck with him and he gave him the spotlight and stepped back a little bit, absolutely there could be in today's music. But I'm not sure that a lot of people want to give it up. They want to be the main thing.
I don't know if that's necessarily it. I don't know. I do think you have a point there in how popular music is, like, it's about the lyrics and the song first. And I feel like, John Mayer made the guitar relevant again because he was playing some crazy things while he was singing. John Frusciante played some off-the-wall type of things to, accommodate the music, I guess, or to go with it. But, like, I don't know. I have a hard time figuring out, like, why guitar heroes even became heroes in the first place.
Yeah, I think they've got to hit the right moment, with the right songs, and they have to be able to be, like, the face of the band sometimes.
Right.
They have to be the face of the band occasionally. I don't know. When I think of Guns N' Roses, yeah, I think of Axl. But how many people think of that top hat and Slash's hair in a Les Paul?
Yeah.
Almost everybody.
Everybody.
When they think of Van Halen, I mean, Van Halen's an anomaly, right?
Right. Their name's Van Halen.
But they think of that stripe guitar and they think of Eddie's playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it could definitely happen again. I mean, what if a new artist comes out that's a killer guitar player, like John Mayer or like Eric Clapton was, that's the lead singer also? Chris Stapleton's a great guitar player, but no one's going to necessarily call him a guitar hero.
Right.
So, yeah, I think there's a possibility of it happening again, either in today's music, if the right person does the right thing, which they should be doing the right thing and putting the guitar in the front of the stage occasionally. Not all the time.
Right.
But when it's tasteful, it needs to fit the song. But do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. Yeah. Do you think it will happen?
I think it's inevitable that it'll happen again, but I don't know how soon it will happen.
Yeah, maybe that's how I feel.